Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. This week, our teacher is Jaiya John. And this is the amazing thing, one of the amazing things about the internet, is that we have access to so many amazing teachers. We have access to all of the amazing teachers from the past and current. Hey Lorraine, good morning. It's good to see you. And we have such easy access to all of this. It's been a while since I've dived into Jaiya John's work, but obviously every week I try and find work from a different teacher, and it brings me to circle back to work I've done before. And I think I've curated an amazing group of teachers. Every time I get back to someone's work, I'm blown away all over again. And Jaiya John certainly is one of these. Let me give you the first thought. The first thought from Jaiya John for this morning's work is, your life has three truths: how you treat others, how you treat yourself, and how you allow yourself to be treated. Hey somebody, good morning. It's good to see you there. Pat, good morning. Your life has three truths: how you treat yourself, how you treat others, and how you allow yourself to be treated. And I would distill these three truths into something more central, more one thing, because all of these truths hinge on one thing. It hinges on how you see yourself. What is the view that you have of yourself? When you look at yourself in the mirror, what do you see? And more importantly, what do you think and what do you feel when you see yourself, your own reflection? Anthony, good evening, dude. Maggie, good morning. It is awesome seeing you all. So for the rest of today's thoughts, Jaiya John speaks about how you see yourself. What is your relationship with yourself? That is in all of the rest of his words this morning, and I find this beautiful, amazing, powerful, profound. Jaiya John says, you say you don't know how to begin loving yourself. That could be very true. You say you don't know how to begin loving yourself. Make an agreement with your soul. No more beating myself up. No more putting myself down. Love talk only, forever. Love talk only, forever. Next thought by Jaiya John says, if you should meet yourself in your lifetime, if you should meet yourself in your lifetime, I pray that you recognize you and that you stay with you forever. Isn't it such beautiful words? And there's more to come. This one's one of my favorite. A child asked grandmother, what does it mean to reweave your life? This is so beautiful. What does it mean to reweave your life? Grandmother answered, unlearn your old harmful ways. Learn your new healing ways. Garden the stories you tell yourself. Allow beauty to run like a river through your soul again. Permit peace to graze your heart. Drink the rain, savor the sun. Love like love loves. Love like love loves. How flippin' beautiful. Nella, good morning. You were just in time. Right, on last thoughts. Now this sets the tone for our meditation today. He says, reach deep inside and touch your feeling of unworthiness. Hold it until it cries. It has been waiting all your life to be held by you. Only you. Hold it until it cries. It has been waiting your whole life to be held by you. Right, beautiful humans. Our journey today is called A Sense of Self. I'm sure you know this one well. I love this meditation. Every word we've just heard from Jaiya John speaks to this work. Michelle, good morning. Thanks for being here. I hope you have time to sit down and meditate with us. We are starting right now. You can close your eyes and let's float away on today's journey together, starting with the first few big breaths. Let's take a deep breath in and out. Take a deep breath in and out. A deep inhale and let it go. Deep breath in and out. One more big breath in. And let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly with air, also raise yourself up. As you breathe in, stretch out your spine, lift the top of your head toward the ceiling. And once you've reached your full height, let all of it go. As you exhale, soften. As you breathe out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders and drop your head. Continue your own full body breathing, inhaling all the way up, exhaling all the way down. While we invite some of our inner children to come and sit and breathe with us. And I want to invite two parts specifically. We are all made up of so many different elements. We grew up hearing so many voices around us. We grew up experiencing so many different things. And all of this finds a home within us. A multitude of different elements that make up who we are. for today's journey while you continue your full body breathing. I'd love you to invite the part of you that sometimes feel hurt, that sometimes feel victimized. It might sometimes feel sad. Invite that part closer and imagine it like an inner child. While you sit and breathe, invite this hurt part of you to come and sit at your feet and breathe along with you. It might be helpful to envision this part of you rising and falling in breath along with you. And then one more part. The part of you that speaks harshly. And we tend to all have that part as well. A part of us that can attack us mercilessly, accuse us incessantly. A harsh voice. Invite that inner part closer to you. Ask it to come and sit at your feet. Invite it to breathe along with you and the hurt part. The picture I enjoy most is like a first grade teacher inviting the children to sit at her feet because it's story time, or because she wants to just have a discussion. As your body rises and falls in your own full body breathing, just imagine you could also see these children at your feet, rising and falling along with you. We are going to have a beautiful discussion with these inner children. For now, we're taking the last few big breaths of this phase together. We're allowing everyone's bodies to stretch, adjust, and settle down. Let's take a deep breath in. As you release, drop your head all the way forward. Roll out your neck muscles, forward and to the left, and forward and to the right. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, focus on your spine. your upper body over to the left and lean your upper body over to the right. Moving your back muscles and thereby moving your spine. One more big breath in. And as you release, you can stretch or move or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Having softened our bodies into a space of presence as much as we can, we'll now turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. If you don't have the time to sit for the whole meditation with us, this would be a great place to stop. But if you are here for the whole journey, with every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a long, slow exhale. Let's take a deep breath in. And hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel into your body, feel your muscles, and invite softness into every one of those muscles. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow. Feel how your shoulders are slowly falling. Feel how your body is slowly softening, and feel how you are slowly slipping deeper and deeper into you. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting, feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation. It invites you to turn inwards, follow this journey deep within. As you breathe in, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath, but but hold it only for as long as it feels really comfortable. Followed by a long, slow exhale. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, remind yourself of these inner children sitting at your feet. The one that often feels hurt, and the inner critic that often speaks to you in a very harsh voice. Take your next big breath. We're going to invite the part of you that sometimes feels hurt, sometimes feels wounded, sometimes feels sad, into the conversation first. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, I want you to remind yourself how this part of you speaks. What are the words that come up for you, the feelings, the emotions, when this part speaks, when hurt is how you feel? Take your next big breath. Our subconscious is full of patterns, old recordings being played over and over again. You wouldn't be surprised to hear that this hurt part most likely tends to repeat the same message, the same recording every time she feels triggered. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, invite this hurt part to repeat the same recording again. What is sometimes helpful is to say, I'm here, I'm listening, please speak. Right now, this is all we're doing, we're listening. Let that hurt part speak again. And if it's not speaking right now, Remind yourself of what these words tend to be. Take your next big breath. Take a moment to let the hurt part of you know that you really are listening. And with your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, I want you to ask this hurt part of you a question. You don't have to receive an answer, but so often, when we have a conversation with something within us, a part of us, an old recording within us, when we ask a question, we get the answer that that part feels. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, ask this hurt part, what is it you're afraid will happen? What is it you're afraid will happen? Take your next big breath. Do you understand how much holding you are doing while you are listening? For the moment, we'll thank the part that feels hurt. We'll thank it for speaking. Thank you for allowing us to listen. While we invite the inner critic to speak, the harsh voice that has a habit of attacking us viciously, incessantly accusing. We want to listen to you too. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, invite this part to speak, or remind yourself of what these aggressive words sound like. How do you often speak to yourself when you're harshly criticizing yourself? Take your next big breath. While the hurt part often in our mind and in our imagination looks to us like an inner child, this inner critic very often doesn't. But have this part of you sit at your feet and see if you can get a sense of what this would look like to you. Remind this harsh voice that you are listening. Take your next big breath. I'd love you to ask this part of you, this inner critic, a question. While it sits at your feet, perhaps you get an answer, perhaps not, but the question's worth asking. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, ask the inner critic, what is it that you're afraid will happen? Take your next big breath. We're asking essentially the same question, but completely different words. Still the inner critic. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, ask, what is it that you really want for me? What is it that you really want for us? Take your next big breath. Thank this critic for showing up, for speaking, for allowing you to hear its voice. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, and again invite these inner children to breathe along with you. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. And we'll do just one more. Big breath in and hold. peace. Feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back or lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. And if you want, but this is not a necessity, you can bring these two inner children closer, if you want. A beautiful old piece by Rainer Maria Rilke speaks about dragons and the way that we tend to say our demons, working with our demons. His piece calls it dragons, working with these dragons inside of ourselves. His conclusion at the end of this piece is that maybe everything inside of us that scares us is just something that is afraid and in need of our love. And I've learned that maybe he was right. Every part of you has a deep desire. A deep desire for you to be okay. We've been influenced by many different events and people in our lives. And sometimes these inner parts seem to have opposite intentions, but still a deep desire for you to be okay. I'll see if I can find that piece again quickly that says, this is from Jaiya John this morning. Reach deep inside and touch your feelings of unworthiness. Hold it. Hold it until it cries. It has been waiting your whole life to be held by you. Each one of these parts, everything that speaks within you, has been waiting your whole life to be held by you. And I'd love for you to understand how much your attention, you sitting and listening, is holding. And if you want to be practical about this, take some time to take a pen and paper and imagine that you're listening to another person speaking. Ask this part to speak more. And just write down what they say. This is you holding every part of you that cries, that's unhappy, that's angry. And even just in this holding, there is healing. Because something is being heard. But the most important part of this exercise is this. While you were listening, while you were holding, while you are writing down the words that a part of you speaks, in that moment, who are you being? You're not being the hurt part. You're not being the victim. You're not being the critic. So who are you being? You're being the higher part of you that has the ability to hold all of this. You are being your wisdom. You are being your soul. We can practice being this more often. And everything we practice, we become better at. Imagine you practice this so much and so often that you start being the wisdom and the soul more often. That you start acting from this place more than you have been acting from the victim and the critic and the anger and the sadness in the past. We don't always have to do a lot about these parts that speak within us. We can just practice being our soul. And the more we do, we'll start thinking from our soul. We'll start speaking from our soul. And we'll start acting from our soul. Without ever needing to push any of the harder parts away. You are the expression of your soul. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you and invite you to say your own. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning how to listen to the many parts speaking within me. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning to recognize triggers as opportunities to work with what has not been healed yet. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning to recognize triggers as a reminder of something that needs attention, something that needs to be held. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for coming to a deep sense of knowing who does the holding. Which is the part of me that can hold all of this, that can do the listening, that can do the writing. Thank you for learning that the more I invite the inner children to sit at my feet and listen, the more I am putting the adults in the driver's seat. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. Thank you for joining our journey today. Vivian, good morning. It's so good to see you. Charlene, hello. I didn't see you sneak in. Tamlin, a very good morning. I hope you were able to sit down and meditate with us for a while, Tamlin. Beautiful message, somebody. It might be for most of our lives, and this is just true for most people, we've had parts of ourselves that we don't like, and we've tried to push it away, to abandon the parts of us that we don't enjoy, to leave them behind. The very simple truth is that while we're trying to push any part of ourselves away, we can't be whole. There will be a lack of wholeness as we fight an inner war against something within us. Wholeness comes from being able to bring all of that together and hold it all. And your soul has arms big enough to do this. The being that you are. Thanks, Anthony. Have an awesome day, everybody. Let me see if I can remember it's back there. Maggie, Lorraine, Nella. Have an awesome day and see you again soon. Ciao, ciao.